Hi everyone, this is Wushin from Climax and welcome to our Weiss Schwarz podcast. This video is a bit late, so I apologize for the format, and you'll see the document for this podcast. And it's just me here today. Apologize for last week because I was out of country and everyone else was busy. Last 2 weeks. Actually, today we'll be covering the week of June 1st to June 5th, 2015. And we'll start with the TD of the Let's Go Out Festival. First card, Charming Mermaid, Eri. Yellow 2, 1 4K, 1 soul. Music and swimsuit trait. First ability. All of your other music characters gain plus 1k. Second ability act, pay 1, tap this, rest this card. Choose one of your music characters, it gains plus 1 soul to end of turn. Person, I don't like 2-1-1ks, but then again, it depends on your playstyle. If you play a lot of higher level cards, obviously, if you play lots of level 3s, which is mostly the case in of live, because their level 3s are generally pretty good and they're a huge set. So I'd rather play level assist compared to a static 1k assist. But if you're gonna go for lower levels and stuff, then you can consider this card. Yeah, the second ability, pay 1 to tap this and give 1 soul. I don't really think it is that useful. But considering how this deck is more suited towards those wall decks or beater decks at level 2 or level 1, if those walls get beaten, you do have the choice of getting that 1 soul for paying 1 stock and tapping, resting this to side attack. But that defeats your point of playing those type of decks like wall decks in the first place. So no, I don't like it. It's really situational. Next card. You zoom out a bit more. Fruits of Midsummer, Tojo Nozomi, yellow character 1-0, 5k. Music and swimsuit trait. When this card is played from hand to your stage, and you have 2 or more other music characters, this gains 2k at the end of this turn. It's on play 7k. I'm not really sure if the TD has enough survivability to guarantee that it's 7k. But normally TDs do come with, front 500 assist. At level 0, they usually come with 4 of them. Usually. So the effect should be pretty easy to pull off, but 107k is really not worth it considering how you probably have vanillas. I think this set has vanillas, I don't remember. Just TD has vanillas. At 1003k, you probably have a stock to play 117k instead. So personally, I don't like it. But it's a TD card, so. Next card. Diva of the Beach, Nishiki no Maki. Yellow 217k. Music and swimsuit trait. Sorry. Well, first ability has Hand Encore. Second, you rest 2 of your music characters, and this gains 2.5k until the end of this turn, making it 9.5 with Encore for 2-1. I think it's pretty good actually, but then again, judging from TD against what do you call it, normal deck standards, I don't really know if you even have the hand size to hand Encore at level 2. You're probably setting up for level 3, although you only have 1, I believe. It'll be much better in my opinion if it was, what do you call it? It has better survivability in terms of the continuous ability instead of act, because only use 1 your turn and you're gonna have to discard a card afterwards, which is not good for TD in my opinion. But it's to teach the game, so it is a pretty meh card. Moving on. The Eager Gazes of Midsummer Yazawa Nico. 0-0, 1K. Music and swimsuit trait. When this card is played from your stage, you may pay the cost, which is pay 2 stock. If you do, you can search a deck for music characters, show it to your opponent, add to your hand, shuffle the deck. In this case, since you see lots of hand this card, I cannot that many, sorry. But at level 0, it's pretty okay for a search. I prefer pay one, ditch one. But for a TD that has lots of vanillas and essentially just vanilla beaters, in this case, you shouldn't have that much problem with stock. Just at the early game, you probably won't be playing Nico as much as you think, because she'll be pretty useless. That's pretty much it for the TD. And now we move on to the booster set. First card, Summer Festival Date, Tojo Nozomi. Green character 3/2, 10k to soul, obviously. Music and Wafuku trait. If there are 3 or more other music characters on the stage, this gains plus 1k power. Second ability, when this card declares an attack, choose one of your other music characters and it gains plus 1k. Gains plus 1,000 power to end of this turn. Third ability, during the turn, this card is played from hand to stage. When this card reverses your opponent's battle, you may pay the cost, which is pay 1. You may clock kick. I think it is okay. It's 11k. It's a pretty cheap cost, although the power is a bit weaker. It's a 1. You just pay 1, kick the clock, which is pretty good. You could boost something else. Notice other music characters, so you can't make it 12k. But despite that, I still think it is a pretty good card. And with Love Live and the amount of stuff they can boost with, they have lots of tap boost, and the one that comes to mind is the Honoka from, I believe, was it the second set? That can pay to get power, but I'm pretty sure there are better versions of that, and I don't remember the specific cards that do that. I think there was a Maki at 2-1 that taps for power. I don't remember from the very first set, but it's a pretty good card. You can boost up kick to clock with just 1 stock and whatever power boost you have. So yeah, and it's gonna be 11k pretty much always. Moving on, Sweets Fairy Yazawa Nico, green 1-0, 4.5k. Music and I believe candy trait, sweets trait. Variability, if you control 2 or more other characters of Nico in the name, this gains plus 1k. Second ability, rest 2 of your music characters, choose one of your characters against the following ability to end of turn. When this card reverses the opponent battle, you can place the top card of your deck to your stock. Okay, coming from someone who has a mono Nico deck, it's a 5/5. It's essentially 1-0 vanilla. The second ability, I don't really think it's that useful, considering how you have the global Nico assist that gives you a salvage at level 0, which is again resting 2, I believe. I don't remember. I don't see how you have 2 backwards to rest with Nico deck, although it's not necessarily stock heavy unless you play the 1-2 promo like me. Just also for Nico deck, she has a 1-0 that is 6k if you have 3 or less stock, I believe. So normally you don't want to keep that much stock at level 1, but that's just my playstyle, so I don't really know about how other people play Nico decks. I personally don't like this card, and in main deck it's obviously not useful because it has a specific name and its ability. Moving on. Festival Wear, Kosaka Honda, red 0-0, 1.5k. Music and Wafuku trait. All the other characters Honoka and their name gain plus 500 power, and they have a brainstorm that salvages a music by paying 1 plus this rest. It can discard. So I think it's pretty good. For the ability, it's global and it's a salvage brainstorm without this card. So I like this card. I don't know how Honoka deck plays off the top of my head, so I assume it's pretty good. And yeah, in the main deck, obviously you won't be running it. There are other brainstorms at level 0 you can play. So again, they're trying to go for the mono waifu, mono waifu crap, which is gonna suck away all of our money, make our wallet, empty. Moving on. Festive Rare Sonata Uni, red 105k. Music and Wafuku trait. When your other music characters are front attacked, you make the cost, which is pay 1 and ditch 1. If you do choose one of your battling character, it gains plus 2.5k at the end of the turn. So it's essentially an on-stage backup that costs 1 stock. Well, 1 backup. That's on stage. I think it is okay for losing that 500 power off a vanilla card for that potential 2.5k. And you could use it to side at level 1, keep her on the board, and eventually use her to save one of the other characters, even if she is reversed, which reminds me of Vivid and the Night Shadows deck, which doesn't give me good memories. Moving on, we have the Summer Festival date, Kuzomi Hanayo. Blue character 3/2, 10k, 2 soul. Music on 1 Fuku trait. When this card is played from your hand to your stage, draw up to 2 cards, then discard 1 card from your hand to your living room. Second ability, this ability can only be activated once per turn. When this card declares an attack with Climax Doki Doki Valentine on your Climax border, you may pay the set cost, which is pay 3 ditch 2. If you do, restand this card, gain plus 3k power at the end of this turn. Before I go on the next card, which is a changer, I don't like this card. I don't know if the Climax has been revealed yet, but for pay 3 ditch 2, I honestly don't like it, because you have to do it on attack, and your opponent can counter with counters on to make sure that this doesn't restand afterwards, because if you do restand and your power is still lower, you basically, you go to reverse and you waste the restand. So if your opponent knows you're running this card, or sees that you have a 2-1 change in your ready room, or this in your ready room, for example, they will probably keep some sort of counter, to use against this card. And it's pretty much a game finisher. Pay 3 ditch 2. Normally the restand, normally for this I prefer a burn compared to a 2-soul attacker, but you're hitting extra types with 2 soul, and considering how the triggers do stack, it probably will be more than 2 soul, and it could lead to a cancel, which is not good. I prefer burn 1. Moving on, which is the change for the 3/2 just now. During the Night Fair, Kozomi Hanayo, blue 2/1 6.5, music of Wafuku trait. When this card is played from hand to stage, choose one of the other main characters against 3k until end of turn. Change, which is started with Climax phase. You're going to pay 2, place this card to clock. Choose one Summer Festival date, Kozomi Hanayo from reading, play it onto the original border of this card. I don't think it's really good. Just to translate a note, but anyway, the 2-2 Hot Nails first effect only goes off when it's played from hand. Especially says that, so I don't know what Bushido is thinking. It just made this card even worse. And as I stated before, if you restand and your power is still lower than the character in front of Hanayo, you will get reversed and you'll be wasting your 3 stock and 2 hand. I think it's a really risky play, and considering how this is a chain places clock, I don't really know if it's a good card. And especially changes are something you want to get out by trying not to get to level 3 first, so you don't really want to take the damage at level 2. Level 1 is fine, level 2 it's not a good card. Speaking of the first ability, the 3K is, I mean, it is okay. You can see some uses in some decks, but I don't like it, especially because its base power is 6.5k, and it probably can't even kill level 1. Okay, next card is Christmas Date, Kazumi Hanayo, blue 1/0, 1k. Music trait. All of your other music characters gain plus 500 power. When this card is played from hand to your stage, just one Climax or hand to waiting room. Search your deck for one character with a change ability and show your opponent add to your hand, shuffle your deck. Personally, I don't think this is a good card considering how you have the Umi Brainstorm, which is much better. Searching for a change character, a character with change ability, I don't know if that is a good idea considering how searching it doesn't always guarantee you, and you basically just paying more to guarantee that one change, and unless that change is really good, it will be a bad way. It'll be a waste of resources. So, and especially if you, for example, you search a level 2 change, it could be possible that by the time you hit level 2, you could have got it through other means, and you'll be wasting it. Yeah, moving on. Sweet Freddy, Zeri, green character 1/1, 5.5k. Music and Sweet trait. When this card declares an attack, this card gains plus power plus X at the end of turn, where X is the number of characters your opponent has multiplied by 500. Interesting. And it has Clock Encore. That is a pretty interesting ability since it's your opponent's character. Even then, it's essentially a 1175 with Clock Encore. I don't really know what to think about this card, considering how Love Live has a pretty good level 1 in my opinion. And the Clock Encore, I mean, it's going to be pretty weak on your opponent's turn, which does help with Clock Encore, but if your opponent can't chew out characters, can't drop characters, I mean, it becomes pretty useless. And it basically is telling your opponent to play more characters, which in the most cases they won't have a full shield of 1. In most cases. Yeah. Next card, for Course of Fortune, Tojo Nozomi, green character 2/1, 7.5, music trait. Discard 1 Happy Maker Tojo Nozomi, which is from the previous set, from your hand to your waiting room. You impair this cost when it's played from your hand to your stage. If you do, choose up to 2 characters from a waiting room and place it to your stock. No. Although I do see how it could set up for a potential change, which I think she has. I think all of them have one. So it's really situational, and you'll probably have to play a Nozomi deck for this card to be good. Well, you don't have to, but you'll have to play level 3 and the change for it to be good. Yeah. Moving on. The Festival Girl. Green character 1/1 2K. Music and Wafuku trait. Assist all your characters in front of this card gains power plus X, with X is the number of characters you control with assist abilities multiplied by 500. When you're required to pay the cost of your character change ability, you may place a marker underneath this card to substitute for 1 stock. Sorry. On play, you may place the top 2 cards of the deck to the bottom of this card to serve as markers. I believe you can pay both markers. Since it is a continuous build. Actually, no, you can't. Never mind. You can't. You only play once. Yeah, you only can play once. So it is still okay for a level 1/1. Get assist, which so far I only think the other level, the other 1/1 assist would be Eri from set 2. First go on a festival set, I believe, that gives power when you rest it. So I think this is a pretty decent substitute, and then again you have to play more change, which seems to be the case of most Love Live decks. So it is a good substitute if you want an assist card. Moving on, Summer Festival date. Kosaka Honoka. Red 3/2, 10k to soul. Music and Wafuku trait, yet again. On play, you may hear. What? Okay, act. You may pay 1, ditch 1. This card gains 3.5k power at the end of turn. And the following ability. Sorry. If you reverse an opponent, you may top deck. It is it's actually pretty interesting. You can it's set up for a finisher, and if you have burns or some way to guarantee that 1 damage, it is pretty useful considering how it gains quite a bit of power and top deck for a pretty cheap cost in my opinion, and that too. So you could stack it if you want for plus 7k power if you need that. I highly doubt, but it is a good option, and it heals as well, so pretty good card. Moving on, Christmas Day, Kosaka Honoka. Red character 2/1 7k music trait. For every other music character you control, this gains 500 power, but potential 9k. When this card prefers an opponent battle, you can pay 1 stock. If you do, choose 1 Happy Maker Kosaka Honoka from main room, return to your hand. Happy Maker is from the previous set. So 9k and potential salvage for 1, specific salvage for 1. I don't really remember what the Happy Maker Honoka does, so I'm not really sure how to think about this card. But the 2/9k is somewhat average. It's passable. It's okay, but yeah, it depends what the Kosaka Honoka Happy Maker does. And with salvaging, it probably will be bad against change decks, which most people try to run. So I'm not really sure about that second ability, and the first ability is pretty meh. So yeah. Next card, White Christmas, Minami Kotori, red character 001k, music trait. When your other characters are reversed in battle, choose 1 of your characters, it gains plus 1k at the end of this turn. Second ability has Brainstorm, pay 1 and you can give 2k. I don't believe Love Live having an ability which is on reverse give 1k. This is a good substitute. Reminds me of Chitoge, yeah. Chitoge, and it's, if you like Chidori and your Niseko decks, you could play those. It is pretty similar. Do you know how much to say about that? Last card, or cards, Takara Monozu Muse. There's 9 arts. I'm not gonna list all of them out, obviously. It's a yellow character 00, 1.5k, and it is a stock series editor. There is not much to say. It's a pretty common ability, nothing special about it, and it is good in some cases, especially against Encores, which I think most decks are trying to get. Most decks are getting a level 0 right now, so actually is pretty good, despite it being a triple R, which is not a good side. Yeah, so in terms of upcoming releases, don't think anything has changed with the... Yeah, no, actually I think that's it. So, rate, comment, subscribe, and hopefully next week we'll have the usual podcast and usual members, I believe. Bye bye.